Hi, this is Weekly Reflections, and I'm Nancy Joy. Just want to say, don't forget the free mini sessions, and there's still one space left on the June Dolphin Solstice trip. End of promo. So this week, my dolphin friend, Sister Melissa from Australia, sent me a wonderful ebook by Celia Fenn. Yeah, that's right, Celia Fenn, called The Diamond Codes. And it's really an activation of the 13 chakras forming diamonds in our systems. But the activations, she channels Archangel Michael, which is a particularly close one for me, who I tune in with and talk to frequently. So I'm very connected to it. There's a lot of good activations out there, but this one really hit home for me, which I guess Melissa must have known, right? But from her book, I wanted to share this with you. We're now existing in two converging timelines at the same time. The old timeline, with its discourse of catastrophe and destruction, as well as the new timeline that's still emerging as the Earth changes course and moves into a new phase of growth, expansion, and evolution. Each one of us gets to choose where we want to be in every moment, within every experience, and with every choice we make. So I love it because it kind of puts the onus back on you, and it's what we've been talking about the past 3 or 4 reflections, about using your consciousness to shift the shadow patterns that have controlled what you create and how you behave. So this is very important because on the 5th dimensional timeline, we are creators. We know how to do this. Everything we create begins to manifest in a beautiful way. In the old timeline, we certainly didn't believe we were creators. We are steeped in confusion of the old patterns. And the biggest old pattern we're steeped in the confusion is duality. Thinking in terms of duality, even though we are so conscious, all of you listening to this, but our mind automatically takes us to think in duality. So one thing I'm learning in these free mini sessions that I'm mentioning a lot is that all boils down to, in the end, is that people are confused making choices between two things that they think are so different and don't come together. They are choosing between this way over here or that way over there. When in the 5D timeline, what we're really doing is we are taking the new energy of the creation of 5D and bringing the 3D timeline up through the 4D timeline to create a new reality. We're not throwing out everything we've learned in 3D and what that's all brought us here. Let's face it. It's brought us here. It's pushed us. It's shoved us. It's aggravated us. and we've changed. So there is that part too. So I wanted to just give you an example of how to do this in your life. I mentioned it last week in relation to our legal ongoing thing with our neighbors, of how we've now taken it and created something new with it. Instead of being stuck in what we thought were our only 2 choices, we've created a new choice, and we feel very empowered. And in that new choice, we've used what we've been given in the situation in 3D, and we've used our 5D energy to create a new pathway for us. So that's exciting. So, for example, one of the mini sessions, this was a regular session I did this week, I guess, but there was a woman who finally is doing the work of her heart with horses. She rehabilitates horses, she works with horses, and people, healing the people through their horses and vice versa. And she's doing so well and she's loving it, but it's in an environment of a program that is really steeped in the old 3D. It's trying to do good, but it's in the old 3D format that just doesn't work anymore. And she's so frustrated. So in her mind, her choices were to either leave that environment where she's loving the work she's doing, or start this huge shift to throw it apart and change it. Now, neither thing is right or wrong, but how about what Ezekiel's guidance was? Well, why don't you take your passion and just start helping people and speaking your truth and not worrying about the reactions or the restrictions or whatever is coming from the old timeline, And pretty soon you're going to realize that you have a way to create a new form of this by continuing your passion, not necessarily leaving where you are or fighting where you are, but just being who you are and beginning to change things and expand out beyond that. He said, go volunteer at other places, go help other people wherever you can. It's kind of like how he got me unstuck last year when he said, Nancy Joy, just go help people. Just go help people and it'll all unfold for you. And boy, has it. So I guess what I want to say about these timelines is your choice always is follow your passion in your heart, take care of yourself and help people. And the rest of this will become clear because you're putting the energy out there. So, but you always go back to, and this is where you have the power to change. In any situation, almost everyone that calls me is struggling with a landlord that wants to kick them out. They have no place to go. They keep repeating this pattern. All right. So we've got time to create a new one by using this situation that you've created to do something about it. And when you get in this new energy field, when it clicks into you, oh my gosh, it's not, I don't have to do this or that. I don't have to do what this landlord says or move. I can use this situation to create something new. And you just begin to be who you are, like we said in the song Brave last week. Say what you want to say. Be who you are. Let the words fall out. Go do your thing. And so this is the Catch the Magic for this week. And short and sweet, I hope you can find the sweet spot in your own life and take your mind out of the old shadow pattern that has you making two choices, neither one of which is where you want to be or what you want to do. This is, what being a creator is about. So have a great week. Catch the magic. And I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.